Welcome back to Building West Michigan. Once again, I am your hostess, Ann Bratsburg. I'm here at Watkins Surgical Supply, and we're located at 1391 East Sherman Boulevard, right?
Correct.
And I'm speaking with Rick. What is your last name?
Schelhas.
Rick Schelhas. And what is your title here?
I'm the Vice President of Sales and Operations.
I just know you're the guy I come and talk to all the time.
That's a lofty title. It means empty the garbage.
Empty the garbage. Tell me something. I always think of Watkins as pharmacy and surgical supply, which it is, but there is a third aspect to this business.
There is. We supply a significant percentage of the doctor's offices in Muskegon. We sell everything to them from Band-Aids to power exam tables. Pretty much you go into a doctor's office, anything you see in that office, pretty good chance it came from us.
Excellent, excellent. How long has Watkins been around?
Forever. We were downtown before we built this facility. I'm going to guess here, but I would say about 15, 20 years ago. Been around since, can't tell you, in 1936, if I remember the date right.
Wow, that's excellent.
Yeah.
That's very, very good.
Yep.
And obviously, probably when it started, it was a pharmacy, right?
It was a pharmacy. We got into the surgical supply business kind of through market demand. Again, just shortly before we came out here, again, I would guess back in probably late 80s, early 90s.
For anyone who doesn't know, let's define surgical supply. I always think of, pharmacy is pharmacy. Pills, you get your pills there, you get your things like, cold medicines and over-the-counter stuff. But what is the difference between the pharmacy and surgical supply?
Well, pharmacy, you're exactly right. You think of it as a retail pharmacy. You get a prescription from your doctor for your medications. You come in and pick that up from us. We are strictly pharmacy. We've made a conscious decision to not be the one of the big box stores. You can't come in here and get your pumpkins at Christmas, Halloween. You can't get your Christmas decorations here. We do purely pharmacy.
Pharmacy. That's good.
As a sidelight of that, we are also a compounding pharmacy, so we do some of the mixing of medications and drugs. Again, very specialized kind of business that would come from your doctor. The surgical supply, or known kind of in the industry as DME, durable medical equipment. It's where people are going to come and get things like their walkers, their wheelchairs, wound care. You can buy or rent a set of crutches from us. We'll put a hospital bed in your house if you have a need for one. We sell lift chairs. It is more the equipment side of the business than the medication side, if you will.
Got it. So you work obviously hand in hand with the insurance companies on that aspect as well.
We do.
And probably hospice and.
Yes. Actually, we are the pharmacy of record for VNS Hospice.
That's great.
So we do a lot of their work for them.
Also a sponsor of DSE-TV. Just recently came on board, by the way. They're wonderful people.
They are good people. We do a lot of work with them.
Fantastic. So basically, pharmacy, surgical supply, and supplying to the doctors.
Correct.
Right?
Yep.
And I know in just a few minutes you're going to take us on our tour, right?
Okay.
We're going to tour Watkins.
Okay.
So tell me a little bit about, first of all, how long have you yourself been here?
I started in 2001, just shortly after the September 11th fiasco. Actually, previous job had me on the road and traveling constantly, and I got out of there just about in time. When 9/11 happened, air travel got pretty difficult and fell into this just about right.
So was this a completely new field for you?
Absolutely.
Really? And what made you get into this field?
Opportunity. I was part of the furniture industry for a number of years, and with the economy tanking as it did, contract furniture in the offices slowed down immensely. The big office furniture manufacturers were just simply trying to make payroll at that point, and little by little they were shedding employees. And if you remember the news at that time, we were going in the hundreds from the big manufacturers on a weekly basis. Eventually they got to me, and it was like so many other other people these days, just out looking for a job, trying to figure out what I was going to do. And through a mutual friend of mine and of Watkins, we connected, and they needed somebody to get out on the road and spend a little time talking about the things we did in the doctor's offices. Our compounding pharmacist, actually our president, Steve Liefers, was doing that sales work at the time, and he really wanted to get back in here and spend more of his time on the compounding piece. So they picked me up to do that work, and the rest, as they say, is history.
So basically, the surgical supply and pharmacy are obviously two different places, I mean, next to each other. When you deal with surgical supply equipment, are most of the people who come there coming on referral or with like a prescription from their doctor, or can you buy stuff over the counter there as well?
Oh no, you can buy things over the counter there.
Like,
it's both.
What kinds of things can you actually get over the counter? And it's okay for the phone to ring, because we know that we're in business here.
That's right. What kinds of things, I'm sorry, can you buy over the counter?
Yeah, what kinds of things would you get in surgical supply over the counter? Things that people that, I'm just real curious, what kinds of things do you sell that people have need for?
It sounds trivial, but we do a lot of the smaller things. If somebody needs a replacement tip for their cane, we do that. If you have twisted an ankle and you want a cane, a crutch, those kinds of things, we do that. We do a lot of again, over the counter is the term, but we have customers that come in that will pay cash for incontinence supplies, diapers, those kinds of things.
Yeah, see, I was just curious, because it is by no means trivial. These are things that people need, and
absolutely.
And I just wanted to let them know the types of things that you guys can offer, because not every place does.
Well, we're very unique, I think, in the business. It's Watkins is one of those things, and I always say this, and I don't know why I remember the name, but even growing up as a kid, there were things that you needed, whether it was a sling or something you hurt yourself somehow, you needed a piece of equipment. And you'd go to the other stores around town, and the unique items that you couldn't get anywhere else, everybody in town said, oh, no, you're going to need to go to Watkins to get that. I mean, it was that specialty item, and we carved a niche out there.
It's funny, because I remember the same thing. I mean, even I broke my leg when I was like 25, and we're not going to say how old I am for anybody who doesn't know. And I remember just knowing that, everybody's like, well, you got to go to Watkins, deal with Watkins to get the, I think it was I got a crutch, and then I ended up getting, was it a wheelchair walker or something?
Yeah.
Walker, that's what it was. Actually everything, but came here for
and we had it.
And then when I broke my foot, then I think I also came here to get one of those. What do you call those? They're the cast that you strap on. They're the foot thing that you. I don't really.
Well, there's an equalizer boot that looks kind of like a cast that comes right up to your knee.
Yep, that's what it was.
There you go.
Equalizer boot. You see, he knows all the technical terms that I just had to say that thing that you strap on your foot.
Don't test me.
So, is there anything that maybe I'm missing that we'd like our viewers to know about Watkins?
Well, I think one of the things that we do that makes us a little unique is that we do most of your insurance billing for you.
Oh, really?
So when you do have a prescription from your doctor and they come in, and when I say prescription, understand you get a prescription for some of the equipment as well.
Right.
So just like you're going to get a prescription from your doctor for your prescription of Lipitor, you're going to also get that same slip of paper from him for a walker for your wound care dressings. You've come out of surgery, and there's some things you need through the recovery period. You will have a script from Doc for that. When you come in, we're going to work with you to find out who your insurance company is. By and large, a significant number of our patients will walk out the door without passing any cash to us. As we go through all of the billing with their insurance company, they walk out with what they need. We bill their insurance company for them. We get paid through their insurance, much like going to the doctor. You may have a copay at the doctor's office, but you don't pay your doctor the full amount, assuming that you have insurance. They get their payment back through the insurance companies again.
Well, that's a very, very well needed service, or much needed service.
It is. It's
and talk about saving time and something you don't have to worry about.
Well, it's trying to navigate through that maze these days of insurance companies can be pretty tough if you're not in the business of doing it.
And when you're dealing with an illness, that's the last thing you want to think of doing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great to have somebody do that for you.
You need your stuff and you need to go home.
Do we have a slogan for Watkins?
No.
No slogan? They don't need a slogan. They speak for themselves, right?
That's right.
Great. Well, I think now would be a great time to go on our tour.
Okay.
And learn about, see the pharmacy a little bit and also see the surgical supply.
All right, let's do it.
Thank you very much, by the way, for
Thank
talking
you.
to me.